Hernan Cortez was a nobleman that had some plans on his sleeves and would sometimes go on journeys like all noblemen usually do. He was planning to be a guest in the Aztec, but in the real world he was about to take over the Aztec country. He was born in 1485 to Hernan Cortez de Monterroy and Dona Catalina Pizarro Altamirano, minor noblemen in Medellin, Spain. He was about to attack the Aztec. They won against the Aztec, but months later they fought back and they took back the land. Then the Aztecs surrounded the land with guards. Hernan Cortez still fought back, but the Aztec actually got defeated. Do you know why? It was mostly because they died on the battlefield or they got killed by smallpox. Next paragraph. Sponsor. Hernan's sponsor was Spain. Spain soon became more powerful. Hernan Cortez was hired by Spain to get the gold and silver by the Aztecs, so they decided to attack them and take down their place and get their territory to themselves. Next paragraph. That's shining gold. The main motive behind Hernan Cortez traveling to Mexico was his desire to conquer the great Aztecs, who were rich in gold and silver along with other precious metals. Gold and silver along with other precious metals and gemstones. Some precious metals the Aztec had were copper, gold, and silver. Even though gold was always meant for kings and nobles, but silver was very common in the Aztecs. Shells, feathers, and clay were always created into jewelry too. One of the most valuable jewels that were highly valuable were jade, quartz crystal, amethyst, and turquoise. Art and jewelry were so important to the Aztecs that the craftsmen who made them were protected by their own god. The god was Quetzal, feathered serpent, a great god and also a mythical priest who appreciated beautiful objects. Next paragraph, 1519 and 1521. During his time when he was conquering the Aztecs between 1519 and 1521, a lot more than meets the eye happened. Montezuma, the Aztec king, mistook Cortez for the mighty god Quetzal. When able to buy him off, they set a trap in Tenochtitlan. He took Montezuma prisoner so he could avoid an Aztec attack. The Spanish defeated the Aztec and Inca for many reasons. Not only that they had horses, dogs, guns, and swords, but also because they brought with them germs that made the Native Americans sick. Sickness like smallpox and measles were not common among the natives, so they weren't immune to it, and they had no medicine for it, and no vaccines for it. The Aztec and Inca were at their weakest when the Spanish decided to attack. Hernan Cortez's route of exploration. Hernan Cortez sailed from Cuba to Mexico. Hernan Cortez was not supposed to set sail with so many men on board, but he did it anyway. He came with 500 men on ship in order to take down the Aztecs. On the way back from Mexico, over 600 conquistadors died, most of them weighed down by the many things they found in Mexico. One of the challenges he faced was that some of his men who were still loyal to the government of Cuba were planning to take over Cortez's ship and escape to Cuba. In response to this, Hernan took out the most important things on the ship and sank the boats. There are many more incidents like this that happened on his route of exploration. Next paragraph, the impact of the conqueror. The impact of Hernan Cortez changed the course of history in Mexico. He conquered Mexico after 2 years, but during those 2 years, he killed many Native Americans, some from war and some from disease. Hernan Cortez bring many diseases from Europe to Mexico, but the most famous one was smallpox. The Europeans' immune system had developed to be able to fight the disease, but the native people, on the other hand, had no experience with this disease. He also forced the Indians to convert to Christianity. If they refused, they were killed. Hernan Cortez treated the Aztecs horribly. Fun facts about Hernan Cortez. Hernan Cortez established the city of Veracruz. Hernan Cortez and his army arrived at the Aztec capital of Tenochtitlan at November 1519. Hernan Cortez married a woman named Catalina Juarez. Hernan Cortez had a child named Dona Maria. Hernan Cortez conquered the Aztec Empire. Hernan Cortez established the colony of New Spain. Credits: Nisa, June, Adia, Micah.